Hi everyone, I'm Chris O'Neill from Sew the Distance. Thank you for joining me today for day 4 or July 4th, Independence Day here in the United States. I'm so excited to share this 3-yard quilt with you that we're going to make. We're going to be making it out of Christmas fabric, and I love these fabrics. Aren't they pretty? So the pattern we're going to make today is called Awareness. It is on the Fabric Cafe's website. It's a lot of fun, super easy. I made one. I'll show it to you. I made it with patriotic fabrics. Isn't it pretty? I love how it turned out, and I can't wait to see how this one's going to turn out. Now, the reason I wanted to include 3-yard quilts into this series is because these are great, fast gifts that you can make for anyone in your life. You can also take them and make, I think, 3 or 4 table runners. You don't have to make quilts, which we'll talk about. And also tomorrow there's a bonus project we're going to make with the leftover pieces of this 3-yard quilt. So stay tuned for that. See, I already gave you the sneak peek early. I should be better at that. If you're unfamiliar with 3-yard quilts, it is a book series, and some of the books will even show you how to make them a little bit bigger and give you instructions if you want to expand on it and use a little bit more than 3 yards of fabric. So from your fabric that you gathered, if you have 3 yards that are contrasting, that's important. You want a light, medium, and dark, kind of like this. And really it depends on the pattern. You could probably get away with not having light, medium, and dark if the pattern doesn't have those 2 fabrics right beside it, but I highly recommend using a light, medium, and dark for the first time you've ever made these, just so you can get a feel for it and see how it works. So what I like to do is I write on my patterns all the time, and this is no exception. So like I said, I already made this once, and I did take some notes, and you can see here that I have a few notes. I didn't do these little tiny cornerstones on the sample one that I made. I ended up with 3 extra blocks, and I was able to make something else with that, which you'll see tomorrow. And then if you go through it, you can see the requirements. It even tells you the size batting, all of that wonderful stuff that you need to make this quilt. But what I want to really show you is this. Now, it'll give you swatches of the colors or the fabrics 1, 2, and 3 that you need. And what I like to do is write underneath them what the color is. It helps me keep track of everything. And as you can see, I scribbled out blue and I scribbled out red because that's what I made the patriotic quilt with. And I put these in. I even went ahead and colored this white red because I knew it was going to be different or trick my eye if I didn't do that. So that's just a good tip too. I also write right beside the fabric 1, fabric 2, and fabric 3 cutting instructions so I can make sure that I'm using the right fabrics for this. So I'm going to press these up and start cutting out our pieces. And then I'll meet you back here for the construction and we'll see how it all comes together. Okay, everything is cut and I have it on these trays and I have them labeled. And that's so important when you're making anything like this. It just keeps everything straight. And I do have some fabric left over, but I didn't cut the binding strips. They are only 1 1/4 inch wide. I like to make them a smidge bigger than that. And also, this is kind of insurance policy in case I miscut something. So I can wait to cut this until the end. So everything is ready, like I said. Let me get the pattern, which I don't know what I did with it. Here it is. All right, so we're gonna start with the assembly A, and I'm not gonna take you through all this because the instructions are very good, but I am gonna show you kind of how things are built in this. For each of Unit A, I need 2 of these and 1 of these. And I'm going to do that twice. We're going to make 2 of these units. So I'll get those ready. And I'm just going to stack these and move them out of the way. I realized after finished making this video that I didn't talk about Unit B. So we're making 2 of Unit A and 2 of Unit B. Actually, it's called Strip Assembly A and Strip Assembly B. So we're making 2, and they're just opposites. All right, while I was sewing, I went ahead and did Assembly A and B. So I have 4 strip units here. And I'm just going to trim these apart because I chain pieced them through. Now, one thing you might notice is that things don't line up on the ends, and that's perfectly fine. Fabric is between 42 and, well, 44, maybe even 45 inches wide, depending. So you're going to get different lengths. That's okay. It's okay. No big deal. You can see that here. So I'm going to go through and first just press them like this. That's called setting your seams. I like to do that. You don't have to, just my preference. And then in my case, I'm pressing towards the red. And red is fabric 2, so I'm pressing towards fabric 2. That's hot. All right, 1 down, 3 to go. There's the unit. I'm gonna set it aside because we're gonna be cutting this up. Okay, I have all 4 done. Now it's time to chunk them up. Now that we have 2 of these and 2 of these, it's time to chunk them up. So I like to do this with the mat turned over because I like to use my ruler as my guide. And I'm just gonna show you how I do it, how I put it together. We are going to be making, hold on, I made one of the blocks already. Here, we're gonna be making, I think 18 of these blocks. And we're gonna be cutting the units to make these. So let's do it. My chair keeps squeaking, so I apologize. Actually, let me go grab a different chair. There, that's better. I'm a little higher up, but that's okay. All right, we're gonna start with this one that has the red in the middle. And this one, we are cutting 3.5 inches over. All right, so we're gonna first start by cleaning up that edge. And I'm gonna go in a little bit because there is some selvage on that edge. So what I'm looking at are these seams. So here and here. And I'm making sure that they're straight. The edges I want to be straight too, and that would be great. It's a bonus if it is, but the important part are these intersections because that's what's gonna match up when we make our block. So we're gonna start by just cutting off that edge and discarding it. You're not gonna be able to use it even in our scrap project because it's tighter woven. All right, I'm gonna flip this whole thing around and we're cutting, I'll double check just to make sure because there's very little waste in this process when you do a 3-yard quilt. And I'm gonna go in 3.5 inches. Now, again, I'm gonna make sure that that 1/2 inch, I know where it's at on my ruler, okay? Because one side of it has a 1/2 inch, at least the rulers I'm using, one side doesn't. I'm gonna be using the whole inch side, so you can see here, 1, 2, 3.5. And again, I'm lining up, make sure this is straight on here. I'm lining up those seams and making sure they're straight, and I'm making sure my cut edge is straight. I'm not super worried about these edges, although it's nice to have them square too, but that's okay. And we're just gonna cut. And we're gonna set that aside and keep going. Now, occasionally this edge will get off and it'll get kind of wonky doodle. So I'll clean it up just by, now it's not, it doesn't need to be cleaned up now, but I'll show you how I would do it. After you have a few cuts, sometimes it just gets a smidge off, and I'll just take a little sliver off like this, like that. Now you're going to be cutting, like I said, 18 of these units. However, just cut as many as you can because we have a project tomorrow where we use the leftover units. So hopefully you have them. If you don't worry, if you don't have any extra units, that's okay. I'll show you how to make them. It's not a big deal. All right, so I'm gonna keep going and cut these down. And I'm gonna do the same with this one, but this one, let me double check, is 2 inches instead of 3.5. So we're gonna cut all those out. And for these, you need 36. Now I have some done. Let me show you. And you can see I already did one of each strip and they're set up here. So to put this block together, you're gonna take one of the 3.5 inch wide strips and 2 of these guys. And you're sewing them together like this. And you're just going to, ooh, that kind of bubbled up, didn't it? Well, this is a poor example. Let me get a better one. I gotta repress that one. Here we go. You're going to just put these together like this, and they should nest right in there. And then after you sew that, you're gonna put these together like this. Again, they should nest right in, and they do, just about. It's okay if they don't a little bit. You can stretch the fabric a little underneath to get them to stay. You can use pins if you want, and that'll keep them all together. And when you are done, you will have this unit. So you can see I sewed these 2 on. And you're gonna do that until you get as many as you can. For me, each time I've made this quilt, I've had at least 3 extra. That's what you need. You need 3 extra for the project tomorrow. If you don't have 3 extra, that's okay. I'll show you how to make your own, okay? Not a big deal. All right, I'm gonna keep going, keep sewing, and meet you back here when all of these blocks are done, and we'll go over to the design board because it's just about time to get things going together. It's a really quick project, isn't it? Great for the holidays, great for gifts. I'll also show you how you can make table runners. So I think you can get 3 out of this. So those would make great gifts too. All right, let's get at it and get sewing. Okay, so here it is. I love the body of this. We haven't put any borders on yet, but I am loving how this turned out. It is so cool. Now, a couple things. I used a directional fabric, so I did have to make sure that these were in the right configuration. You wouldn't have to do that necessarily if you aren't using a directional fabric. Also, I have my 3 leftover blocks, which we're going to work on tomorrow. I'm going to make a fun project with these, so I'm going to set them aside. Now, I haven't done the borders yet, and the reason I haven't, and they're right here, all of them, along with my notes. Right here. So the reason I haven't is because I want to show you a couple things that you can do if you don't want to make a quilt, okay? So you can make placemats or table runners. In fact, you'll get 3 table runners. So these 2 rows together, these 2 together, and these 2 together, it would give you 3 table runners. And then you can use these borders, 4 borders for the table runners or for binding or whatever you want. You don't have to make a quilt out of it. Now I'm loving this. I might make a quilt. So if you did that, let me move one up so you can really see it. So you can see that you do have a nice size table runner. It'll be 14 by 36, I think, when it's all done. And that's a really cute table runner, and you could get 3 whole table runners out of this. You could also take some of these blocks and extend it to make it longer. You could make it wider. You could make a whole bunch of placemats if you wanted to, or you could even just make some mug rugs out of this block. So there's a whole bunch of things that you can do with this. And I don't know what to do. I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna just make a quilt top because I made the 4th of July quilt top and I wanna see how they look together and how much I like them. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up this quilt. This really only took me a few hours, guys. It really is a fast one to make. I hope you give it a try. I will meet you back here when I have the entire quilt top done. I started sewing the rows together and now I can't decide because you could really get some cute table runners out of these, right? And you can get 3. I don't know. I want to hear what you think. Let me know in the comments. I'm also going to put up, I'll put these together and give you a good idea of what the quilt will look like. I'll also hang the borders up here so you can kind of see them against it and see what it's supposed to look like as a full quilt. I want to hear what you think. What should I do? Should I make 3 table runners? I could have 3 gifts done. Or I could make a quilt and have 1 gift done. I don't know. I can't decide. All right, so I'm going to put this up with the borders and everything. Just pin them up to my board. Let me do that. I couldn't put the borders around the whole thing just because you have to piece the borders, but this gives you an idea of what it would look like. So I want to know, let me know what you think, which I should do. And I do have that other quilt, which I'll put a picture here of the one that's the patriotic quilt that you can see how it looks when it's all together too. I want to know, should I do table runners or should I do a full quilt? Also, make sure you're submitting questions on Tuesday. I will answer any questions that you may have. And I definitely want to make sure that everybody's getting the most out of this. And if you have any questions at all, let me know and I will answer them on Tuesday. And I hope this helped get you started or at least got you thinking about some holiday gifts that are easy and quick, something you could do. Have a lot of fun with this. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you take some time to sew and I'll see you real soon. Bye.